Do you want to buy Tesla stock, but you're not sure if this is the perfect time? With the company's expansion into new markets and partnerships with other businesses, some experts predict Tesla's stock price could soar to over $830 by 2025 and even $1,000 by 2030. Don't let the company's recent significant dips in price deter you from purchasing Tesla stock. This could be an excellent opportunity to retire large with significant gains in the future. Would you like to know how much Tesla stock is needed to retire and live a comfortable life? If so, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll go into great detail about this subject. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as we walk you through the calculations for the average person in North America. The monthly expenses for a family of two are more than $5,000, which is equal to $60,000 annually. If, on the other hand, you are retiring alone, your expenses will be about $3,000 per month or $40,000 annually, after accounting for a 3% inflation rate through 2030. Assuming you want to enjoy yourself in retirement and take out $5,000 a month, you can invest the money in a S&P 500, which has an average annual return rate of 7%. This means that in order to get $850,000 by 2030, you'll need to sell your Tesla shares, which are currently valued at about $850,000. And the investor proceeds into the S&P 500, which will yield a 7% return. The funds should last for up to 50 years. We can determine the optimal time frame to consider retiring with $850,000 in Tesla shares, an average annual return of 7%, and a monthly spending budget of $3,200 using some calculators that provide this information. Now let's calculate the number of Tesla shares you'll need to comfortably retire. Taking into account the lower-end projections of $850,000 and an annual return of 7% in an index fund linked to the S&P 500. According to current trends, the cost of fully self-driving FSD for Tesla vehicles is estimated to reach approximately $28 by 2030. This illustrates the assurance Tesla believes in the potential success of FSD, but if it does as well as expected, it will be a huge source of income for the company, acting as a cash cow. Sales of cars and FSD revenue will be generated with the assumption that the typical vehicle sold by 2030 will cost $50,000. $12,500 will be the net profits from each vehicle sold separately. By 2030, there might be 1.5 billion outstanding shares, assuming a conservative profit margin of 25%, although this is improbable, since Tesla might choose to reduce shares through buybacks or dividends. The price-to-earnings ratio, P/E, is maintained at a cautious level of 40, and the earnings per share, EPS, is calculated using the outstanding shares prior to the stock split. But by 2030, it's anticipated that Tesla's stock price will be above $50. Since there is inadequate data for other industries, including Tesla Insurance, the analysis solely takes into account the food and auto sales sectors, automated cabs, and Tesla Bot. It is difficult to believe that a car company could sell that many cars. But if we assume that Tesla sells 30 million vehicles by 2030, a more reasonable number than 55 million, their stock price would be approximately $450. The presented data is considered a minimum estimate and is reliable based on available information. Let's talk about how many tests of shares you'll need to retire in the worst case scenario: $13,000 per share, with over a $20 trillion market value due to the outstanding number of shares. The market capitalization is currently very high. I anticipated a decrease in the future, but the stock prices should stay fairly stable. By 2030, you will need $850,000 if you want to live on $5,000 per month for the next 50 years. In the worst situation, you will only require 297 shares, which would come with a price tag of just over $59,000. If you invest $50,000 today, it might grow to $85,000 over the next 8 years. You could then put that money into the S&P 500 and hope for a return of at least 7%. That's it. You're retired. If you promise to save money and invest it sensibly, in the base case, you would only need 230 shares, which would come out to about $47,000. If they sell 25 million cars over the following 8 years, this investment might return more than 10 times its value. If they sell 30 million, it could return 66 times its value. Investing $48,000 today could generate $850,000 by 2030. considering that all of this is predicated on you reinvesting your Tesla gains in an index fund linked to the S&P 500 index. Recent surveys indicate that the average person needs $1.7 million to live comfortably into retirement. How comfortable you can be with $1.7 million depends on your spending habits and financial objectives. With $1.7 million saved for retirement, you have a sizable nest egg that, with careful management, may support a comfortable retirement lifestyle. That is, if you don't have any large debts or major costs. With a 4% annual withdrawal rate, a $1.7 million retirement portfolio can yield $68,000 in income each year. The exact amount will depend on your investment plan and the state of the market. It will depend on your lifestyle and financial requirements, whether this amount is sufficient for a comfortable retirement. We can't predict when this might happen. It could be in the next year, 2 years, or even 3 years. But given the resilience of the U.S. stock market, it's a certainty. Please note that our analysis is only based on the FSD in automobiles as Tesla Insurance Robocab. If you have modest living expenses, don't plan to travel extensively, and have no major health issues or dependents to support, $68,000 a year can be quite comfortable. However, if you have more significant expenses or want to enjoy a more lavish retirement, you may need more savings to achieve your goals. Due to the lack of hard data, solar energy storage and Tesla are not included. Therefore, the only significant component for our research is Tesla's FSD car sales, as it helps prevent any future regrets of leaning too heavily on the best-case scenario with the bear. I tend to be careful and lean towards the bear case. In that scenario, you would only need 300 shares, so you could hold on to them and not worry about anything for 8 to 10 years. If you decide not to sell by 2030, the 800,000 worth of your shares will probably improve over the following 5 years. It's unlikely that Tesla will fail or go out of business, even though the statistics indicate that this may be an excellent time to buy the stock. Tesla isn't a transient company, and we expect to remain a significant player in the global problem-solving initiative for years to come. Although some analysts argue that Tesla is expensive to enhance production and broadens its appeal, the company's success has spurred a number of bull markets. Market penetration: the EV has entered new areas and partnered with companies like Neolac and Lucent Rivian. According to projections made by Pocket Investors, the stock price of the EV might surpass $830 by 2025. Rivian is a more recent business that focuses in electric trucks and SUVs, whereas Tesla is a well-known manufacturer of electric vehicles. Conversely, European electric vehicle manufacturer Neolac concentrates on environmentally friendly transportation options. Despite the company's distinctions, they are all a part of the greater trend towards sustainable transportation and electric automobiles. Celebrities like Kathy Wood believe that by 2030, the stock price will be worth more than $1,000. And judging from their resumes, it's possible that they are onto something significant. In the last 2 years, Tesla has exceeded market expectations by delivering 108,600 cars. In the most recent quarter, Tesla produced large-scale energy storage solutions, rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, effective solar panels, and a network of fast-charging stations as part of its efforts to increase the accessibility and adoption of green energy. Additionally, Tesla is making significant investments in R&D to raise the cost and efficiency of green energy solutions. The corporation is investigating innovative methods to incorporate renewable energy sources into its grid and is focusing on developing new battery technology. Tesla wants to minimize global reliance on fossil fuels and expedite the shift to sustainable energy. Many people dream of being able to enjoy retirement free from financial worries, but very few actually take the necessary actions to make that a reality. As a result, many retirees still need to create a retirement plan. Because this isn't always the case for everyone, it's important to plan for the future by making wise investments. You can determine how many Teslas you'll need to maintain your standard of living after retirement by calculating your annual expenses. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We'll see you in the next video.